Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. In today's video, we have a really special guest, a close friend of mine. And his name is Noel. He's from Texas. Hello, Noel. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Steve. Thank you for having me. Really happy to be here.
So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I just ate. It's sunny outside and it's a good day, and it's extra windy today. It's just the same weather from Texas.
Wow, I have been looking forward to having this conversation for a while. So, how's your life going on, and overall, how is everything going on?
It's going pretty well, I'd say. I mean, it's the same thing as always. I'm pretty active around my community. I do my same old activities at school and outside of school. I'm currently studying really hard, for my academics. I'm putting in the work and I'm really looking forward to the future. I'm just working my butt off. Mhm.
So, how old are you, and what do you study? Do you go to school?
So I'm 17 years old. I'm currently in my 12th year of high school. I plan on majoring and pursuing the business industry and going into it, really getting involved. And as for my extracurriculars, I do a sports, I do academics, and I'm involved in a lot of clubs. As far as that's how my school life goes.
Oh, so your school, they have a lot of clubs.
They do, yes.
Okay, so can you name some of them?
Right. So as for I guess there's like a lot of them, right? I've been
Mhm.
on and off with some of them. I've joined plenty. I'm in French club, chess club. I used to be in nature conservation. There's Spanish club, business club, a lot of clubs and opportunities in high school. And I've just been really active in them.
Okay. So Noel, you were born in Mexico, then you moved to Texas. Can you tell us the story
That's
about behind it?
that's correct. So because again, if you know your geography, they're pretty close to each other,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So I was born in Mexico. And ever since I was like 3 months old, I've since left and went to the United States with my parents, and I grew up my rest of my life over there. So, as many people may be asking me, like, hey, yo, how's your experience? How's Mexico? Is it beautiful out there?
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I cannot say so for myself since I didn't get to experience it since I grew up in Texas. But I did hear a lot of people around me, right? My community, my friends, they tell me beautiful things about Mexico. And that's kind of part of my identity today.
So you have never gone to Mexico.
I have not, no. I basically grew up here and have never returned back.
So culturally, you are more, furnished with the um, American culture or the Mexican culture.
Well, that's a very important question because where I live like around the south of Texas,
Hmm.
and over there it's heavily influenced by both cultures, both Mexican and American cultures. So where I live, you encounter many Mexican food, Mexican parties, Mexican theme, holidays, anything, right? Even if I live in America.
So, what culture do you like the most?
They're both pretty good. The thing with American culture, it's so diverse. You get everything, right? There's so
Hmm.
much. There's Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. There's just so much to it, right?
Hmm.
But if you had to ask me, I had to go with Mexican, but only because I grew up with it and it feels more like home, you know?
Hmm. So you
hmm
call Mexico your home, or the culture and the environment your home.
Yes, but it's a little bit complicated since I did grow up in Texas, even though I was born in Mexico. But if I had to go with my identity, I'm still American more than Mexican, since I basically grew up here
Mm.
in the
So,
US.
so you started your school in the US,
Correct.
and what's your grade now?
12.
So you will finish your high school soon.
Yes, so currently it is March, mid-March. So by the end of May, I'll graduate from high school, and I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to going to college.
So what's your plan to be in the future? What do you want to be in the future?
So I'm pursuing
Hmm.
business management and entrepreneurship. I want to go through that route, and I want to pursue that throughout my college years.
Okay.
Hmm.
So is it really important to finish your college life so that you can get into the business? Like, is it, I'm talking about the curriculum in college. So if you study
Hmm.
business in your college, is it gonna really help you build a business or have the business in real life?
Hmm. Well, this is actually a really, really good question, correct? Because business, it's not like the other majors. You get into a lot of majors, so many things. There's the medical field, engineering,
Mm-hmm.
science-related fields, and a lot of them, right, where you actually
Hmm.
do need like a profession and like a certificate, a
Yeah.
diploma, right, from the college that you graduate.
Yeah.
And most of those majors, you do need them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for business, you don't necessarily need one. You can start a business whenever you want. You
Mm-hmm.
can basically come up if you have an idea or something that you want to pursue and make a living out of.
Mm-hmm.
That's entrepreneurship, and that's where you can start business. But the idea behind going to college and pursuing business at the same time is to network with people and gain experience throughout that time.
So maybe you are looking forward to having a good network in college that can help you in the business.
That's correct. Because in college, as you may know, it's full of opportunities and experiences. And as I pursue more years into college and get into business, I meet a lot of people with different backgrounds, different settings, and different experiences, and that may offer so many opportunities for me.
Okay. So let's talk about what happens in your home. Like your mom and dad, they're from Mexico, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they have their own culture, and in your home, they have the culture of Mexico, right?
Correct.
So do you speak Spanish in your home, at your home?
So, as I've mentioned earlier, I was born in Mexico. My
Hmm.
parents are from Mexico, are Mexican,
Hmm.
and I do live in America where they speak English. So that being said, I did grow up speaking Spanish. That was my first language I've ever spoken.
Hmm.
I learned it through them. They teach me it. We spoke it back and forth. But as I grew older, I began going to elementary school
Hmm.
and the education system, talking with friends, teachers, people. We all speak English here in the U.S. But what makes my region special is it's influenced by both. So sometimes we get this thing called Spanglish, where you would talk Spanish filled with English words, or you speak English filled with Spanish words. So that's what makes my community really special and
Well,
unique.
we also have the culture. We have Banglish that are mixed, like mixed with English and Bangla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have the, what do you call it? Spanglish.
Spanglish, yes.
Wow, it's pretty much the same. So
Mm-hmm.
what language do you
Yes.
prefer the most? Do you prefer the Spanish or do you prefer English?
So I don't really typically have a preference. They're both super important, especially where I live, because you get both. Sometimes you have people who don't know how to speak English where I live. They only speak Spanish. And maybe the other way around, they only speak Spanish, but they can't speak English. So both are super important where I live.
Hmm.
And most people tend to speak both pretty well and fluent. So that being said, I say both are really equally important. But at the end of the day, English is ultimately the most like important language you need to learn because it is the United States after all,
Yeah.
regardless of like the influence of Mexico has in my region.
So you are
Mhm.
living close to Mexico. So
That's correct.
have
Yes.
you ever
Mhm.
visited Mexico yet?
I have never returned back to Mexico, unfortunately. As much as I love to, I've heard so many amazing things about it through my friends, some family, that this city has beautiful beaches, beautiful food. The culture's amazing. I never went back to it ever since I left and grew up here. But it's never worried me because basically I really feel like I'm in Mexico, but at the same time I feel
Mm.
like I'm in the United States where I live.
So you are basically eating Mexican food in your area where you are living.
That's correct, yes. Hmm.
Okay. Let's talk about your sports. Like I've heard a lot when we were talking back in the days. So for the viewers who
Hmm.
don't know, I know Noel for a really long time. Like maybe it's in 2022, I guess. What year
Yes,
was it? Yeah,
it
maybe.
was 2022, I believe.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, it's been a long time we've been in touch. So I have seen your
Hmm.
trophies, and you have trophies in chess, also in tennis.
Hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about it, like how you started playing the sports, like especially with tennis? We can start with tennis. How did you start playing tennis?
So that's a very, very good question. That's kind of where my background usually comes from. Very well known for being very well recognized in both, right? I dedicate a lot of
Hmm.
time. I have recognitions, titles, awards of them, as you mentioned.
Hmm.
And I guess that doesn't have a lot of impact in my background. So they both have like their separate they both come from separate backgrounds and their own stories. But I first began with chess.
Hmm.
When I was about 10 years old, my mother wanted me to get into chess. All of the kids were doing it. It was a big club, big
Hmm.
competitions, and all the smart kids were there. And my mom saw a lot of potential through me, and she wanted me to join chess and to do it. And as I basically joined, and I was pretty decent at the start. I didn't put that much work into it. I did win trophies here and there, but that's when I really got into it. Maybe in my middle school years, I worked my butt off. I would constantly read books, look at videos, all sorts of things, get coaching and everything. And so basically I start seeing myself winning more awards, more trophies, getting to more competitions, and that's really worked a lot. And this is my eighth year playing chess, so I do have
Hmm.
quite some years ahead of me. And I have gotten a lot of trophies for it too. And as for tennis, I've been playing it for 5 years now.
Hmm.
I've been wanting to play a sport. I used to play soccer a lot. But ever since I stopped like playing more soccer, I wanted to try another sport. I wanted to try new things out. I saw tennis. I saw how amazing the sport was, how incredible it was. So many athleticism, so many like hitting the balls back and forth. It amazed me, so I wanted to give it a shot. And then every day after school, I would go to the courts and like work really hard. I would like exercise, go on the courts, hit everything.
So that's
Yes.
wonderful. Did you have
Mm-hmm.
any teacher or trainer who trained you in a professional way to be a professional tennis player? Because you have won so many trophies. So
Mm-hmm.
what was it? How was it?
So actually, fun fact, I had so many coaches in the past.
Okay.
So I would usually go to like my local city courts and I go with my local coach every day of the week. And I just work hard and hard. And as the years went by, maybe by my third year, I switched to a different coach.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a different coach. And I learned so many different things from each single one, in which
Wow.
where I implemented all of their ideas and their tactics, and which made me the tennis player I am today.
Wow. So
Mhm.
tell us about how you went to different states for playing the chess and how many trophies have you won so far?
It's more than I can count, I'd say, and I'm very thankful for the work that I put in and the amount of awards I've gotten. But as for the chess and for competitions, in the US we do have these programs, chess programs, that there's a lot of tournaments, scholastic tournaments for high school players like me that we can play in. And so last year I got to travel to Florida just
Mm-hmm.
for chess. My team qualified for the chess program, and we got to go to a really big high school competition in Florida just last year. Hmm.
So can you show us the trophies you have? I mean, viewers will be so excited to see your trophies.
Of course, yes.
So,
So
so much more exciting.
it does get more exciting, and One second. Yeah, so this is kind of my showcase of my progress. I've been at it for quite some time, and yes, that's as far as I go with my activities.
That's a lot. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Of
Mm.
course.
So you are very good at playing sports and you have won so many trophies. So
Mm-hmm.
so do you have so many friends and fans?
I do have a pretty good recognition around my community. I do have friends, and we do hang out from some time to time, right? I
Mhm.
try to balance everything, learning, studying, exercising, and then just socializing too, right? And having a
Mhm.
good equipment with my family.
Yeah, so you
Mhm.
have also online friends like me. Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
friends for a
that's true.
long time.
Yes.
Okay.
hmm
So what do you do in your free time? What's your hobbies?
So on my free time, as I mentioned, I do study a lot. I read books. I read books. I look at information on YouTube videos that may help me. I join tournaments that can
Mhm.
help put my practice into play. And then when I do have time, I exercise too, and sleeping, of course.
Wow. So I have a question for you. I want to know that how many days in a week do you have to go to school in the United States?
So for our schedule,
Hmm.
we have to go from Monday through Friday. So school starts at 8:15 in the morning,
Hmm.
and that ends at 4:05 in the afternoon.
So what do you do after that? Like in Bangladesh and other South Asian countries, we have a coaching system and private system that we go to tuitions and we take helps from other guides or teachers. Do you have the same system in your country?
Not quite. As far as I know, you don't. There's just a specific like time that students have to attend schools,
Hmm.
and it's the same schedules I've mentioned. But we don't have to do anything else. You just have to attend school. You have to pass your classes, and all of that about being involved in your extracurricular activities, clubs, sports,
Hmm.
anything. That's up to the students.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So you've been doing a lot of clubbings.
Correct.
So
Mhm.
other than sports, where do you invest your time on?
So I'm really looking forward to college, as I mentioned.
Hmm.
Besides doing the activities, the extracurriculars that I do, I've been like applying to colleges, been working on my studies, and been networking more in the business industry.
Mm.
Mhm.
So if you go to college, do you have time to do things you like? Like how's the study pressure on colleges or in college life?
So as far as I know, it's kind of the same as high school, except the scheduling is much different. You get to pick your own schedule, your own
Mhm.
classes when you want to have them. And it's not that you have to be there in college and campus from the morning to the afternoon. Your schedule's already assigned, and you don't even have to attend your classes. It's not mandatory anymore, though it's recommended you do. And for your responsibility as a college student in the US, you
Mhm.
basically just have to pass your classes. And the same as high school. If you want to get into extracurriculars, sports, activities, that's all up to you. And there is more time in college.
Mm. Okay. So if you study in college, what do you think that will change your life? I mean, comparing to your school life, what will be the biggest change you will face in college life?
In college life, so there will be more flexibility more than anything. I'll have more time
Mhm.
since I don't have to be in school for 8 hours. I can
Mhm.
prioritize more time in my extracurricular activities and really work on myself and what I want to do in my future as a career.
Mhm.
So more than anything, there's more time in college.
Okay. So one last question for you. What's the one
hmm
thing you would like to say to people who are watching this episode from Bangladesh about America?
So I know, Rasif, that you've been super curious about American
Mhm.
culture and maybe some Mexican influence into it, and based on my life. If I had to say conclude this podcast, I will say that the United States is an excellent place. It's full of different backgrounds. You'll meet a lot of people from different settings,
Mhm,
and there's so much opportunities. As I mentioned, you get to do so many things and so many paths that you can take in the U.S. It's filled with amazing things because like you just don't feel stuck in the U.S. Right? There's just
mhm,
so many things, no matter what. Like as I mentioned, it's not just America, you know. You get to see Mexican food, you get to see Chinese food, you get to
mhm.
see anything, right? And it's just an amazing place, and it's a beautiful country.
Wow. So we are thanking you for having the time to have these amazing conversations. And for
Mm-hmm.
my viewers, I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation and in totally in English. The reason we had a conversation is to show you that how to talk to people, like how to talk to people in English, because most of our viewers they're non-native speaking English speakers, so they're learning how to speak. So thank you so much for your time and have a good time with the family and see you later.
Yes, thank you, Rasif, for having me. It's
Goodbye.
been a nice talk. Thank you, Rasif.